Have you ever just stopped and really thought about the device you're on right now? Whether it's your phone, your laptop, whatever. We use them all day, every day. But what are they, really? Well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to peel back the layers and get to the heart of what's really going on inside that machine.
So here's the plan. First, we'll tackle the big one. What even is a computer? Then, we'll dive into how it thinks. After that, we'll check out its incredible superpowers. And to wrap things up, we'll look at what it actually can't do.
All right, let's get right into it. Part 1. What is this thing, really? Now, I mean seriously. Just look at it for a second. It feels like this magical window to the entire world, right? A way to talk to anyone, watch anything. But at its core, it's actually something way, way simpler. Okay, so here's the official textbook definition. It's not a magic box, it's a data processor. All that really means is it does 3 things. It takes stuff in, that's the data. It does something with that stuff, and then it spits out a result. That's it. Every single app, every game, every website you visit, it's all built on that one simple idea. So now that we know what it is, let's kind of pop the hood and see how it works. How does that whole processing thing actually happen? What's the engine that drives everything, from sending a quick text to exploring a massive virtual world? Turns out every digital computer on the planet follows these 5 basic steps. First, it takes in raw data. Think of you typing the numbers 2 plus 2. Second, it stores that data and the instructions for what to do with it. Third, it processes that raw data into useful information, in our case, the answer 4. And see that distinction? Raw data goes in, useful information comes out. Fourth, it generates an output, showing you that 4 on your screen. And finally, there's a step that controls the whole show, making sure everything happens in the right order.
And you can boil all of that down to these 3 simple words: input, process, output. That's the secret sauce. You type a search into Google, that's your input. The computer zips through the internet and figures out the best results, that's the process. And then it shows you a list of websites, that's the output. Every single thing a computer does fits that model. Simple, right?
Okay, so if it's really just a simple input, process, output machine, what makes it so dang powerful? Why has this thing completely changed the world? Well, let's talk about its superpowers, because this is where it gets really interesting.
Just look at this. The first superpower is just mind-bending speed. A math problem that would take you a few minutes to figure out, a computer does in a literal nanosecond. That's not me exaggerating. We're talking about a difference in scale that's almost impossible for our brains to even grasp. It operates in a whole different reality of time. And it's not just about being fast, it's about being perfect. With accuracy, it'll do that calculation a million times and never make a mistake. Then you've got diligence. A computer never gets tired, it never gets bored, and it never asks for a lunch break. Throw in its massive storage and its incredible versatility, the ability to jump from a complex science problem to a video game in an instant, and you've got a seriously powerful tool. And all of that leads to what is maybe its biggest superpower of all: automation. See, once you give a computer a list of instructions, a program, it can just run with it. It can do it over and over again perfectly without you having to lift a finger. That's the magic behind everything, from self-driving cars to modern factories. But for all these amazing abilities, computers have a fundamental flaw, a kind of kryptonite. It's something we humans have tons of, but that computers have absolutely none of. So let's take a look at what they can't do. This quote really just cuts right to the chase. No matter how smart a computer seems, it has 0 actual intelligence. All it's doing is following our instructions incredibly, incredibly fast. And this slide lays it out perfectly. A computer has no IQ, none. It can't make its own choices. It's totally 100% dependent on what a person tells it to do. We, on the other hand, we use our intelligence, our past experiences, our gut feelings to make judgments and decisions constantly. And that brings us to what might be the biggest difference of all. Computers have no feelings, no emotions. They can't look at a painting and feel moved. They don't know joy or sadness. They can't make a judgment call based on taste or a hunch. They are pure, cold logic, without any of the rich, messy, emotional stuff that makes us human. So, that leaves us with one last big question. We've just established that this machine is completely dependent on our intelligence, our instructions. But as these devices get woven deeper and deeper into our lives, you have to ask yourself, how much have we, with all our intelligence and all our feelings,
come to depend on them. Something to think about.